Watching the West Side Build.
Hi, welcome to the episode of Into the West Comics. My name is Frank. You're so handsome. Sonny is here.
Thanks. How you doing today, buddy?
This is a weirdly quiet intro.
I know. I was
Great,
like,
I'm sorry.
I don't know. I thought it was going to be a little bit more lively, but I guess we'll do sultry vibes this evening.
I should have played my entrance music.
You should have. Or my entrance music. Nice shirt, by the way.
Thanks, man. I didn't take it off. I forgot to take my shirt off. I was gonna go topless tonight.
Oh, I like that one.
Forgot to take it off.
You distracted me. The hot dog corn dog Paul is here.
Oh, no, great start. Nice
Hello.
shirt.
Thanks. I forgot to take mine off too.
And we're thankful that this gentleman has left his shirt on, joining us over there in the lounge, enjoying his seventh truly. Uncle Nephew
seven already?
Shane. You're already on 7?
Hey, where's Patty?
Good morning, everybody.
So strange. Weirdest. That's why you're in the corner today. Strange. So weird.
Oh my goodness.
You started it.
Are
I
you?
did.
Are you Palpatine?
Absolute power.
Wow.
That's good. That's great.
Now that we've officially seen the film twice, Sonny,
Oh, wow. Yeah.
officially lights out.
What the heck? Why did
You're
it get
out.
so?
That's spooky.
You've been shut off.
I'm very powerful.
There's
That's
so many
yeah.
jokes I could have made.
Now that we've officially seen the movie twice, Sonny,
Yes.
what are your thoughts? And feel free to spoil away.
I guess. I mean,
what are your thoughts on worms and sand and all those things?
I'm a little jealous that I didn't get the popcorn bucket. That's the number one thing.
You have one, right?
Yeah, he has one.
It was a gift.
Shout out Marcel.
Shout out to Marcel.
I think a lot of people here are going to agree. I think it's probably one of the better movies I've seen. Definitely the best movie I've seen. Madame Web was pretty epic. It was better than Madame Web.
It was
I will
life-changing.
say that.
You would have wanted the popcorn bucket for Madame Web.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
I think Sonny
Listen.
just thought about saying the same things I did.
I
and
know.
decided not
I was
to.
like, you know what? I'm just gonna.
I can't believe Frank said that. Frank, that's
No,
not
seriously.
necessary.
That was
I
That
tried to
made
get
a
a
Frank
drink yet.
joke.
Yeah, you set me up with that one.
Yeah.
No, I thought
My shirt's on.
Okay, we'll go into the numbers later. I don't want to give it the score yet, but I think it was better than the first one. And a lot of times you think of movies or like a sequel, like Godfather 2 or like Empire Strikes Back. Why
You
do
put
look
it
at me
up
like that?
there.
Because you like, as with every word you spoke, you got quiet.
I was
quiet.
I was just like trying to suspenseful it. No, I think what they were able to accomplish in this movie was incredible. The cinematography was amazing. The soundtrack, the score was incredible.
My goodness.
what did we see it? It was, I guess it was IMAX when we saw it the first time, right?
Yeah.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
I think that was much better of an experience. Although Art House wasn't as dimly lit as it usually was, and the sound was pretty good. So
The picture was fine.
the
It
picture
looks
was
fine.
It started off kind of dark, but yeah, it was good. I loved it.
All right.
I'm gonna,
Before or after I made them restart it.
so a little bit
That
of
was great.
context
That
for
was
anybody
great.
that wasn't at the movie.
That was
Savon says
great.
very Cookie Monster like worms. Austin Lean is in the chat. He says it almost lived up to Rebel Moon.
Oh yeah, seriously.
Almost at that level.
Oh, are we gonna talk
Almost.
about that later too?
Oh, sure,
What's his
yeah.
name? Going on a tangent. Anywho,
Going on Joe Rogan.
just which was the weirdest
Randomest
interview.
thing,
Yeah,
yeah.
me and Johnny were just talking about that. Anyway, if you weren't at the movie with us, they didn't have the bar open, and usually all of us meet at the bar to get snacks and drinks before the movie. And they had like a little stand, which shout outs to everybody that was working. They didn't think that all 36 of us were gonna want popcorn and drinks, and the movie started at 8. I think we all got sat
I
at
think
like
he's still getting popcorn for us.
8:15 or something,
Yeah.
and half of us were already in the movie, and Paul was like, "We're gonna make him restart it." So
Well, I didn't
Paul
go
grabbed
up
the
and make
clicker.
him.
no,
I just
you
went up to
asked.
him and I was like, "Is there any way you can restart?"
Yeah,
the
and he's like,
movie?
"Yeah, sure."
He was like, "Yeah." I'm like, cool.
You're gonna restart this
so
movie right now.
so technically, I've seen the beginning 3 times.
That's true.
Nice.
I was like, I know what's gonna happen, and it was like the really crazy shot where they're like floating up the mountain.
Yeah.
So I saw that twice.
The third
Thanks.
time you nailed down the plot points.
I was like, okay, this is for sure. I like this movie in the beginning. This is a great movie. But what'd you think, Paul?
I liked it just as much the second time, and just
the
like no, because I didn't see any of it.
Oh yeah, you're right. You weren't there.
When I went and had them restart it because it was starting and I realized like half the people were in the theater. I was like, I'm gonna. go
No,
out
it's
there
a
and
nice
talk to
thing
them.
for you to do.
And Quan would have missed the first like 15
He
minutes
would've.
if I didn't have him restart it. But I really enjoyed it. The score, like Sonny said, is phenomenal.
Yeah.
That sweeping like crane shot of Chani and Timothy. Why did I say his actor name and one character name? I don't know.
Johnny and Timothy.
Chani and Paul
Paul.
are sitting
You
on
mixed it up.
the dune, and like that sweeping crane shot with
Oh, it's the name of the movie.
the little
with
kiss, and then they
the
do
rising
thing.
kind of music was incredibly
Yeah.
dope. There are just so many moments like that.
Hans Zimmer.
Yeah, this might be my favorite Hans Zimmer score.
Oh wow, yeah.
Which is, I mean, obviously
say a
there's a
lot.
million good ones, but great ones. And it's as faithful to the book as it can be. Just like the Lord of the Rings movies, which is phenomenal. There's obviously some stuff where you're like, oh, I wish they had done this,
Right.
but also some stuff where I'm like, I'm glad they did that, just like with Lord of the Rings.
Nice.
And I can't say enough good things. Although, this isn't a bad thing. I don't know why I said although. Denis Villeneuve has said in an interview, he was like, for the Paul scene, it wasn't really described well when he's jumping on the worm in the book. And I'm
Mhm.
like, it's described exactly as you have him do it.
Mm.
So I'm like, I'm confused as
Yeah,
to why
he-
you
he
keep saying
jumps,
it's not.
He yells cowabunga. He just gets
Yes,
on there.
exactly.
Again, rides the worm.
But I think it was just an incredible like encapsulation of that book
Encapsulation.
and everything
nice.
people love about science fiction. And
Fight through. Fight through.
No,
I'm
I mean
sorry.
that's like what are some spoilers things we can talk about? Paul becomes the thing he did not want to be, that he had like a panic attack about in the first one.
Yeah.
He becomes this messiah figure that the Kwisatz Haderach, which is the Bene Gesserit's like ultimate being, and they
Yeah.
didn't want it to be Paul.
Supposed
they-
to be a female, right?
It was supposed to be the son of Fade Rautha
Okay,
and
yeah.
the girl that Paul was supposed to be.
Oh, okay.
That's what they, in the book at least, that's what the Kwisatz Haderach was supposed to be. And I really loved the way they elevated Chani and Paul's relationship from the book. They did a great job of the little girl in the womb.
Super
Aaliyah.
creepy.
She's born. in
Super
the book.
creepy.
She kills
that
the
was weird.
Baron in the book.
Yeah.
Which watching a 4-year-old girl kill Vladimir Harkonnen and visually might have been a little weird.
Probably would have been
So I
strange.
think giving that to Paul and just having her kind of speak through her mother was a really good way to still keep her character intact,
Mhm.
and be as weird as it was in the book. And it was just really cool. And I'm really glad that I did finish it before I watched it.
Yeah, that was pretty
Pretty
cool of you.
And it just made all the scenes.
Read a 600-page book, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah,
Yes.
no, that's pretty
Paul
dope.
can read.
It's pretty dope.
I didn't know until I tried. But it was very rewarding. in
Lest
that way,
anyone
too.
think that
Yeah.
he can.
But it
Paul can
did
read.
what like
If
the
anybody was
literally
doubting.
the only drawback from it was how Jameis was like a not pretty big part, but he was like Jameis, tell me what to
This
do.
is like a spiritual guide
it
almost.
was very random. That does not
It's
happen
nothing
in
in
the
the
book. He dies in the book. They
That
have
is
like
it.
a big powwow about it's sad that he's dead, and then that's it. He's not in it anymore. And the book has Thufir Hawat, the heavyset black guy from the first one. And
Mentat.
he does a lot more in the book, and there's more Mentat stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I kind of wish that he would have been in it at least because he orchestrates the whole Coliseum thing.
Okay.
That's his idea to have the guy drugged but not really drugged, and so on and so forth. But I mean, it all works. It's fantastic.
That scene was incredible, by the way.
Yeah, it was.
The like
shot
gladiator
that,
scene?
Yeah, they shot that whole scene with an infrared camera.
Yeah, I read
Yeah, it
that,
was
and
nuts.
it was insane. Shane, was that what were you gonna say? Give us your review.
You know what? The first time we saw this movie, and I came in late.
Oh, you missed the first.
Oh, I don't
shoulda
remember
had him
that story
restarted
at
at the
all.
Red Rock.
Yeah, for real.
I don't know if that one would have went over
that
as well.
would have went as well as that did.
I didn't miss that much of the film. You guys said I missed like 40 minutes.
You
of
missed-
the
You
film.
missed the
missed-
Paw Patrol trailer, and
Yeah.
you missed.
I missed Paw Patrol trailer.
And I was regretting buying
What
popcorn.
was the? Now I'm serious. Now I'm curious. What was the first thing you saw when you came into the Red Rock?
The first thing I saw was Paul and his mother speaking about something.
Oh, that's real specific.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
like what?
That's
They did that the
a
whole
that one
movie.
scene
What
where
are you
they
Because
talking
I
talk-
was just
Well, I
curious
can't-
as to how much you really missed the first time, and what of
No,
the
because I
beginning,
missed him weirdly climbing up the mountain. I missed that.
which is a
But right,
cool
but
scene.
right, it seemed like right after that.
No.
I picked right up.
No.
Mm.
What do you mean no? I know what I saw.
I
saw
looked at the-
Paul
I looked
talking
at the
to his
phone.
mama.
It was 44 minutes when you were like, "Hey,
Yeah,
scoot
but-
over."
I know, but how many previews were there?
There were
None.
there were
right?
a
Didn't
couple.
it just start?
I think they did one or two.
Well, I literally missed probably 15 minutes, 15 to 20
I would
minutes.
say that's probably more accurate.
because Marcus, listen, soon as Marcus knew I came where I came in, he immediately just started talking as loud as he possibly could. I feel so bad for Milkshake and his sister because he ruined their whole movie. Marcus would not stop talking
She
for
flew
2
in for it.
seconds.
Bro.
Did she really?
Yeah.
Did she fly in for it?
No, she didn't. She flew in to watch the movie with us.
With us.
No, she. It was her birthday. Happy birthday, Ashley!
Happy
belated.
Happy birthday.
I
She went.
seriously
She
thought
went.
that she flew in to watch it with us because
No.
that's what
Yeah, she
Austin
flew
said in the chat.
Nah, he was.
Go ahead.
He was.
Oh, he's
yeah.
kidding?
I think he was drunk. We went to. They went to Disneyland for her birthday this weekend.
Oh,
That's
very
a
cool.
This past weekend. So
I'll
she
see
came in to hang
Disneyland?
out with
No
us, and then
Okay.
she went and spent Magic Kingdom.
I know you're one of the Disney guys. You know
But
what I
I'm
mean? The
saying
Disneyland
this
Disney's
guys.
cool, yeah.
Real fast.
All right,
Please.
I don't need, please don't let me get on.
I enjoyed the film immensely.
All right.
Cool.
I thought that Zendaya was absolutely fantastic
Mhm.
in this film. I thought Chalamet was fantastic in this film.
Yeah,
It was.
I thought his mama was fantastic in this film.
I agree.
Rebecca Ferguson. Shout out.
Rebecca Ferguson was fantastic as a weird witchy woman.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah.
Witchy woman.
Thank
And
you.
I dug it. I dug this movie. And it reminded me a lot of Empire, just because the stakes
Sure.
the stakes got so much higher. And I never read the book because,
600 pages.
yeah, it's just 600 pages.
It's very
Who's
intricate
gonna-
as
what lunatic is going to do that? Read all 600 pages of that book.
Camera switches over.
I listened to probably a third of it,
On audio.
so probably
Oh,
about
really?
200 pages. I listened to like on my commute back and forth. from
Oh,
work.
okay.
That's still
So
400
that's
pages.
still nuts.
It really helps you get kind of on that note. If there's ever like a book you want to read and you're like, I don't know if I just not super into it.
This segment sponsored by Audible.
We don't not all Audible books are on Audible. But it helps you get like invested, and then you go home and you're like, "Ooh, I want to stay in this world for a little while," and it makes you more interested in reading.
Fair.
I think that really propelled me into actually like reading more books. Is audiobooks helped me with that a lot.
That's really
Yeah.
nice.
But anyways,
Glad we know that
Oh.
about you now.
well, it wasn't
That's
really
cool.
So this is the Empire for you, as far as
Yeah, it was-
more
it was-
modern.
Yeah, and I just saw the first one shortly before this one came
Oh, that's
out.
true,
I
yeah.
hadn't seen.
That's right.
I ain't seen. I hadn't
I ain't
seen
be
the first
seeing it.
one.
I ain't seen that time.
But when I did, I was like, man, this is really good. And then the second one, I'm totally and completely and utterly on board. I really love this this whole thing. The whole world is nuts. Even though you're just staring at sand.
Yeah.
It's true.
I mean, how much sand can we look at?
Apparently.
They made sand
We're gonna look
very
at it even more
captivating.
in May with Furiosa.
Oh, I know.
Man, I can't wait. I can't wait for that.
Even
You
more
didn't think
sand.
that trailer looked cool in the IMAX when we saw it the
Bro.
first time?
I saw it and I was like, dude, that nose, man.
Oh my!
The nose.
no.
Again with the nose.
Frankie, what did you?
I enjoyed
take
this
from
movie
it?
very much. I same kind of sentiment. I mean, it feels like sort of like a modern version of the way Empire Strikes Back feels.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's
Fair.
It's definitely got that type of feel to it. I think the movie is shot beautifully. I think you mentioned Rebecca Ferguson and Chalamet and Zendaya.
No one has said anything
Okay.
about Stilgard yet, and he
Still-
did an amazing.
Javier Bardem was
Javier
incredible in this
Bardem was
movie.
incredible.
Josh Brolin was
Josh
great in
Brolin
this
was
movie.
amazing.
Elvis,
Austin Butler,
Elvis,
crushed
Austin
it.
Butler was great in this
Crushed
movie.
it.
Did you see Timothy Chalamet said he wants Austin Butler's Elvis to do a cameo in his Bob Dylan
That
movie?
would be
Oh,
that
wow.
would be amazing.
That would be pretty funny.
That's right. He's doing the Bob Dylan.
Wow.
That's
I
crazy.
thought the movie was great. I thought they did an incredible job. As much as all the stuff you liked about the first Dune movie,
Yeah.
it just became more enhanced for me.
Absolutely.
I got to see it a third time with the variant up there in Washington.
Oh, nice.
He loved the movie.
Yeah.
He was like silent for like the last 20 minutes. I was
Really?
like, I don't know. It was like, is he going through something right now? I was like, I
Yeah,
don't know.
dude. He's taking it all in.
He,
Man.
he gets up. He goes, snap off a whiz. It hits the head. Comes back out. And he looks at me and he goes, that was amazing. And it's just like losing his mind for a good half hour on our way back.
Sounds exactly
And then the
how I
next
think
day-
it would be.
it was great. And then the next day,
And then
yeah,
the next day, Frank texts me. He's like, "I want to see Dune again."
I want to see it again.
Goodness.
And I think I was talking to you guys within like an hour of us watching it.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that night. I thought it was great. I'm interested to see what they do with this next. Is it Dune Messiah?
Dune
is,
Messiah.
is the next book?
So we're going to talk about what we're reading later. I
Okay.
started reading that one. It's
Oh,
a much
wow.
more somber movie,
Okay.
or book rather. So it's going to
Should
be
be
a different
interesting.
tone. Yeah.
Interesting.
They did a great job with this movie. I'd say overall success.
Oh, yeah,
Success.
for sure.
It's a good movie. Thumbs up all around. It was a lot of fun.
1 out of
I don't know why
10.
I did that.
I'd say now that I've seen it 3 times, I'd say it's a solid 9 for me. 9.5. I mean, it's a really good movie.
9 out of 10. Also, yeah.
Shane?
9.
Yeah.
When he yells, every time he starts yelling, like I never
That
thought
skinny
Chalamet,
little dude's got some.
he's
got some
coconuts.
He's
voice.
great.
Some people have mentioned that to where
Well, yeah.
Some coconuts.
it starts to feel like it's coming out of nowhere. But Jonathan was like backing it up when he was
Whoa.
talking to me about it. He goes, "That's how he's communicating. He's like trying to get his point across, but he's also
Yeah.
trying to talk from a position of authority that's not being recognized
Yeah.
Yeah.
in that moment."
Bro, that's that scene where he
It's
rolls
great.
up in the cave and he's like, bro, none of y'all can take me on. And
was
everybody
great.
pulls out a knife and he's like, bro, you're praying to your grandmother right now. dog.
Yeah,
Your grandma
that was
lost her
dope.
eye when she was 12.
That's-
and he's like,
That was
"Lisan
nuts.
Al-Gaib."
That was nuts.
Lisan Al-Gaib.
It was great.
I was watching some Timothy Chalamet interviews, and he said that they filmed that entire scene once, and he did it in English, and they filmed the entire scene again, and he did it in Chicopsa, which is the Fremen language, so they could cut back and forth like naturally for what he's saying, and not have him like have to remember. Okay, now I have to switch back to the Chicopsa, now back to English. They just did it all in one and all in the
that's
other,
cool.
and cut back and forth. Yeah,
Oh,
did
that's
a great
really
job.
cool. I like that.
I mean, I saw back in the day when he was nominated. Well, the movie was nominated for
Lady
Best
Bird?
Picture for Call
Little
Me by
Women?
Your Name.
Oh yeah,
And I was like,
been in a
Chalamet,
bunch
big
of phenomenal
deal,
movies.
but
Bro,
he can
Interstellar.
act. Yeah, he can act.
He's the son in Interstellar.
he's Casey Affleck.
He's
Oh, wow.
dope.
Yeah, that's
He
crazy.
is Casey Affleck.
He is Paul Atreides,
Muad'Dib. Lisan Al-Gaib.
Muad'Dib, the Muad'Ib. He truly is the Muad'Ib.
Usul.
Usul.
So we know
So we liked the movie.
we
is what we're
agree
saying.
along. Quan, what'd you think of the movie?
7 because I couldn't order a hamburger in my seat.
I guess.
Oh, well,
See,
the
you
hamburger
got a point.
carries a lot of weight.
Quan got
How
a
much
point.
did the hamburger knock off?
Quan got a point.
Probably 2
3.
points.
Oh,
No, well, no,
Damn.
2.5.
2.5. Okay,
2.5
so,
points.
So, and I actually had the chance to watch Dune for the first time the day before.
Oh wow.
So
it was fresh.
I was actually glad because, like Paul, like the ending would have pissed me off if I watched that 2 years ago. and had to wait that long.
No,
So it was cool
You
to
were
wait.
freshly doomed.
Yeah, it was cool to wait one day.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I like that.
and it
because-
felt more like a series. Okay, cool. Now I get to see. So I was very fresh watching it. And it was actually I liked the first one a lot. It's probably an 8. The second one
Agreed.
was way better.
Yeah.
agreed.
So what'd you say without the burger?
It's a 9.5.
Yeah,
Bro,
It,
that's
it
what
was
I'm
it was a
saying.
great movie.
Without the burger.
Without the burger
Without the
factor.
burger, it's a 7.
Yeah.
Without no burger,
Burger
7.
factor.
You got to get Quan to go see it again and give him a burger.
Thanks
Burgermeister.
for the orange Gatorade when I ordered a lemon lime.
Oh, shout out.
Oh, dang.
Fumbling.
Shout out to Fumble.
But
Yeah.
Theater 5, the sound is 100 times better than Theater 3.
absolutely.
Yes.
It sounded good. It
It
looks
sounded
good.
great.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad we all enjoyed that.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it was
and
good.
it's doing really well
Box office.
box office wise, and it made 180 million worldwide. In
What was the budget,
first
do you know?
weekend. It has to. The
It
budget
was,
was
high.
like the budget was 180, but they said they've come out and said it has to make 500 million dollars on top of marketing and stuff to break even. It'll make 500.
And the
yeah.
first one came out on Max at the same time.
and
Yeah.
that screwed it. It almost didn't get made. This one almost didn't get made
because of that.
because the day and date release on Max, but because of it did really well on Max, and obviously it was critically really it was nominated for
Accepted.
Best Picture.
Yeah.
So
damn.
yeah,
I like the
so-
fact that it's been so well received, and just that people have been able to see. Go watch movies in theaters.
Yeah,
There's
Yeah,
some
come
movies
on.
that you gotta watch some movies in theaters, and some movies you don't gotta watch.
Well, Madam Web's a
Listen.
movie that you probably watch on your phone,
you know,
or if at all.
you
you
know,
can put on and fall asleep too.
Sydney Sweeney went on SNL. And
There we go.
Oh, yeah.
No, she looked great.
Oh, okay.
She did.
In her
No. In my defense, she looked incredible.
She looked great.
in her like monologue or whatever. She's like, you know, you've probably seen me in Euphoria. You definitely didn't see me in Madam Web. And I'm like,
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
That
fair.
Yeah, off that press tour too.
And Sonny,
Yeah.
Sonny, that was the funniest thing she probably did that night. Like her,
Really?
she's,
You still watch
yeah.
SNL, Shane?
I didn't watch it.
My wife is a big fan of SNL. I wanted to stop watching it probably 2 to 3 years ago, but my wife loves it even still. But it is bad. The show is bad, and she wasn't good in it.
she looked good.
She looked. You listen. She looked
The,
phenomenal.
but Dune Part 2 is tracking almost the exact same way as Oppenheimer, which if it does the
wow.
same,
It's like $980 million.
yeah, so it'll be close to $1 billion for
Frank.
it. Yeah.
Nice.
Frank,
Yes, sir.
we almost got through an episode without Paul saying the word
Oh my
Oppenheimer.
gosh,
Oh wow, yeah.
That's never gonna happen.
Nope.
I don't understand why Shane is so bothered.
Will it happen?
I'm not bothered by it.
It's not going to happen next week because we're assuming that Oppenheimer is going to get lots of awards.
I know. So
Well, that'll come up.
I'll let you talk about that.
Paul will
Shane.
be the first one that brings up how many
I won't
awards.
say a
and-
single word.
But yeah, okay. That's not gonna happen.
So we know that the movie's going to do well. We know that Oppenheimer obviously did well last year, along with Barbenheimer, the whole mashup there.
Yeah.
Those movies collectively made like what, $2 billion, something like that. I think.
Together,
like
yeah.
2.5
Yeah.
billion, which is what Avatar 2 made on its own, which is
That's
crazy.
crazy.
Wow,
That's
my
crazy.
gosh! So, like, I get emotional about that. I can't wait to not watch another Avatar.
I
film.
know.
That's
I've
funny, I
already
like
had
Never again.
enough.
I
I've
like
had
it.
enough
Never,
already.
never again.
That's crazy.
Hashtag never going
Yeah, I did not enjoy that.
I don't
No.
care about Avatar.
No, don't.
I thought they were fun.
They're okay,
But
but
you like
They're really
Disneyland.
cool
$1
looking. They're
billion?
really cool looking.
We're talking
What
about the
is your
movies and
beef
the
with me and
overall.
Disneyland.
The over,
oh, you
Disneyland's
too
great.
much Disneyland. All right, go ahead.
Disneyland's great. I haven't been there in
Sorry.
20 years.
You don't need to go.
I love it. I haven't had to pay for
I'm sorry.
Disneyland in 20 years.
You know what?
Go ahead.
No, this whole like adult Disneyland thing pisses me off, man.
Get
Get
me
upset.
too.
You know what I mean?
Get
Just
upset.
rolling around,
Get pissed off.
standing in
About
lines,
that.
Disney hats, $47 for a churro.
I didn't buy a
47?
Disney hat.
You
dork.
did.
I'm not gonna lie though, I do want a lightsaber, so I'm gonna go roll up and I'm
No.
gonna build a lightsaber
You're
and
not
I'm gonna
allowed to.
leave.
That experience is really
Churros
cool.
are $7.
Yeah.
7?
I got 20 of them. Yeah. Every ride me and Layla got off, we both
Got churros?
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm not like a grown man
$7.
going to Disneyland by myself. So
I understand that. You're going
Uh-huh.
with your lovely lady, but
yeah.
It was a grown woman.
Austin took Shane.
You did not need to specify that, Shane.
Just saying.
Austin
you
took
guys
the
are two
lovely
grown
Shane.
people. Yeah. You were. No, I'm kidding. You were two grown people going to Disneyland and paying for all kinds of stuff.
I'm just hating. That's
yeah,
all.
no, it's a good time.
That's all right.
What is happening?
I don't know.
We
don't have a guest,
I don't
so
know.
okay.
we're just going all over the place.
We
So,
really are.
as
Go
far
ahead,
as
Frank.
the box office success of these films,
Yes.
we know that we think Dune 2 is going to do well this year.
Yes.
But what
It's gonna
is your
keep doing
box
it.
office champ? Your early pick for box office champ for this year of the movies that aren't coming out? Feels like we're kind of peaked. I mean, Dune 2 was
Not
so
yet.
good, right? We're going to get like, well, what other movies? We're going to ask you right now.
Deadpool.
We're gonna ask
Shane,
you.
Deadpool.
what is the movie that's going to be box office champ at the end of 2024?
Deadpool.
Are you looking up all the other movies that are coming
Deadpool.
out?
Yeah. I'm just gonna get
Deadpool should just knock it out of the park.
If we're doing a
Deadpool-
flashback, last year I said it was going to be The Little Mermaid live action adaptation. It was not.
I think I said that too.
I was
I mean,
wrong.
where was it? Where
I
did
was
it
wr-
land?
I don't know.
even?
58th. I don't know. I don't know where it was. It didn't land near the top, buddy. It didn't land near the
You're
top.
like, I think it's going to be Little
The
Mermaid.
Little Mermaid.
and I think we were talking about. We thought Barbie was going to do okay, but we
Yeah.
didn't have any idea that Barbie
Yeah.
was going to do what it did.
Yep.
Right. So,
Yeah.
what's your pick for? You said Deadpool.
Deadpool should
Deadpool and Wolverine.
The bestie friends.
What about you? Good looking.
I think that. I don't. What,
can't
did you
see
look
something-
up what
I-
else should be
I
coming
looked
out?
up the kind of predictions for each month, which one will do the best. And I mean, there's only one other movie that I could see even approaching what Deadpool's probably going to do,
And that is.
and that's Inside Out 2, which is obviously not our cup of tea, so to speak.
We'll watch it.
But that's
No,
it's a sequel
it's the
to
first
one of the
one.
most celebrated
The first one is called
Pixar
Inside Out.
movies of
I
recent
got
time,
that.
so.
What's
Go ahead.
I don't even
It's a
think-
Pixar
It's
thing
about like
about
this girl
emotions.
who moves and she has like it's about the emotions in her brain and it's like a allegory for puberty and such.
Okay.
It's a good movie.
Sounds like a book on mushrooms I read.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Sonny,
Yo.
that will probably do really well.
her unfriendly visitor comes along. I believe that's the gist of the picture.
Yeah. 'cause That's what
Okay.
the
Her unfriendly
Yeah,
visitor
Shane
that
is-
comes.
It's a period piece.
Yes.
All right,
Thank you, Corey.
word. I'm
It's
going
a
Deadpool then.
was a good one.
I'm gonna pass on the monthly documentary.
Timmy is in the chat here. Andre's in the chat too as well. Hi, Dre.
Hey,
Timmy.
Dre.
Timmy said Sonny's mind would change when you see Falcon for the first time up close in person. When you go to Disney.
Like
Oh,
the Winter Soldier and Falcon, or like
Yeah, Winter
yeah.
Falcons.
Winter Falcons.
Do you want to know how much the first Inside Out movie made?
yes.
$1.2 billion.
Jeez,
Yeah, and
I
I liked it
didn't-
a lot.
I didn't put $12 into that movie.
You never
I'm-
saw it?
I
When
didn't go
did-
to theaters to see it either, so that tells you something about.
I don't know if I
Pixar?
saw it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Pixar.
Yeah.
I don't know if I saw Inside Out.
Yeah, you did.
Oh, I did see Inside Out.
And for some context,
I saw it on Plus.
Barbie was the biggest movie of last year, and that was $1.4 billion. So I could definitely see. And the only thing up against Deadpool and Wolverine is it's rated R. Which
Oh,
can make
yeah,
it.
so that would probably
So there's like a
that's
whole
why.
group of people who like will go see Inside Out
Yeah,
again instead.
Mm.
So that's why I'm like, it's probably going to be one of those two. Dune will be up there probably, but it probably won't do what those two will do. And the
Interesting.
Godzilla versus Kong movie will probably do decently.
That's going to do well.
I think it's gonna do well. It's not gonna do as good
Nah.
as
Or,
Deadpool.
I think
you know what else?
Furiosa, bro.
Joker
Furiosa
Folly.
did do
Furiosa,
well.
mate.
I was looking at what the Mad Max Fury Road did, and it
didn't do that
wasn't
well.
terrible, but it wasn't very good. But the second
I know,
Joker
but
movie,
Joker.
Oh,
Folly Ado,
it's-
the
Folly
first
Ado.
one
Comes
made
out
$1 billion.
October?
It what?
The first one made $1 billion.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
first one made $1 billion.
Yeah, so I could see Joker contending, but
But
again,
isn't it a
rated R.
musical?
Yeah,
or something?
are you going to
Yeah.
go see it still?
Yeah, duh.
Exactly.
Because we have to.
Durr.
Listen.
Shane said because we have to.
Oh,
We
he
have
said
to-
the Millennium Falcon. Yeah, you're right. That'll
Oh,
probably
that's-
Oh,
help.
Millennium
So-
Falcon.
That'll
Oh, the
probably-
Falcon, not Winter Falcon.
I'm saying
You
this.
read it. You said the Falcon.
Well, I can't read.
All right, fair enough.
I'm saying this.
You're
but
right.
Didn't,
No, I can't read. I can, as we have,
Didn't the-
have
Yeah,
established.
we established that. When does Inside Out 2 come out?
June. Let me look at that thing.
Deadpool's gonna win.
didn't the-
July.
Didn't the first Mad Max movie come out during like COVID or something? That's why nobody's
No,
Mad Max Fury Road came out in 2015, bro.
Oh, did it?
I mean COVID does seem
Oh,
far away, but
Wow.
Yeah, Inside Out 2 is June and Deadpool 3 is July. But I think they're like
Deadpool.
3 weeks apart, so they really shouldn't have that much of an impact
I
on.
wonder what movie was like out in the theater at a recent time before the lockdown that probably got really screwed because of that.
Tenet.
Tenet?
All of them.
Yeah,
Tenet did
did.
terribly.
Oh, really? Was that?
And
We
Dune,
saw
you
it
could
5
argue.
times.
I'm like, did it?
I
Tenet,
know.
yeah, Tenet
We saw it
definitely
so
didn't
many
make its
times.
money back. Tenet and
Wow.
Dune, the first one, like really suffered because of the because of COVID.
Oh, drats.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that word, but it didn't slip out.
But I thought
Did you say? What did you say? Giraffes?
I said drats.
Yes, he said, giraffes.
Oh,
Man, that ticks me off. Giraffes. I know you're looking forward to The Boys be coming out in June,
I am.
streaming his first season. We're going to make America super again. But before that, we get our first look at the Fallout series, going to be exclusively streaming over there on the Primes.
Mm-hmm. The
Come
primesicle.
come April. I don't know if you guys saw this trailer or
I
not.
did.
I did
already.
not. You know,
know.
I waited.
I didn't know we
Yeah.
were gonna watch it.
You
Otherwise I
wait.
would've
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa, whoa.
No,
Did you hear what he
not.
said?
Yeah, I don't believe it.
You waited.
He's gonna say he didn't, and then it's gonna start. And he's gonna go.
Wait, watch this part. We're
No,
gonna
no, no. I
we're
didn't
gonna
watch
check out the exclusive first look at Fallout
Falling out.
on the Primes. I think it's April something.
April
Let's go.
22nd. That's my birthday. Oh,
Hello there. I'm here to show you a wonderful place.
Oh,
Uncle Baby Billy.
A veritable Camelot of the nuclear age.
Oh, it sounds like the game.
Not made by God Almighty, but
How much did you play?
The work.
I'll save it. Sorry.
You can be a hero by purchasing a residence in a Vault-Tec vault today. Because if the worst should happen tomorrow, the world is going to need you to build a better day after.
Oh, it's home.
Dude.
The mission of the vaults should be important to everyone. To come up to the surface one day and restart civilization. Can you tell me what's happened in the last 200 years?
A lot.
Holy shit. You're an actual vault dweller.
I am.
I thought all you dipshits were dead.
Christopher Nolan's brother.
Wow.
What you're doing is insane.
I don't set the world
it isn't like the vault out there. It's big.
fire. I just want to start.
Oh, wow.
I've had a rough week.
Flaming
Practically every person I've met up here has tried to kill me.
I'm simply going to harvest your organs.
in my heart.
You need to go home. You come from a world of rules.
She's
of
cute.
Laws.
I can't think of where I
Yeah.
know her from.
Yep.
You should not be alone.
John Boyega.
Oh my God! Tell me why that's the exact thing I thought when I watched it.
To hurt the people who hurt me?
People are going to come after you.
Ain't much stage cleanup here, Volty. Well, now that is a very small drop in a very, very large bucket of drugs.
Wow.
You look out at this wasteland, looks like chaos, but there's always somebody behind the wheel.
What is happening here?
Everyone wants to save the world. They disagree on how.
There you are, you little killer.
It really does look good.
Looks pretty cool.
Yeah, I think it looks super cool.
April
It's-
11th. All right, come on.
It's just a complete world. Like you can tell that they took the time to make this a complete world, and you know she's great in Yellow Jackets.
That's
Oh, there
what
you
it
go.
is.
Yellow Jackets. It's
Yeah.
the eyes. She's
Yeah.
got like really
Yeah.
big, pretty eyes.
Mhm.
I think I wanted to ask Sonny specifically. How much did you play Fallout, if at all?
I played a little bit of it. I played the Fallout. What was the Fallout Vegas one?
Yes,
a little
that's
bit.
exactly the one I played.
I like that one a lot.
So I also played Fallout New Vegas, but I didn't beat the whole game.
Me neither.
I played there's the death claws, I think they're called, and I just tried to kill them over and over again, and I couldn't. And I was like, all right, I'm cool.
You're like, I'm done on this.
I'm done with this.
It looks great. Like what you were talking about, Shane, like building a world in something that is already like a living, breathing entity already, you know?
Yep.
It looks like they're doing a really good job at it. It's what do I say? The people behind Westworld, right? So
Yeah.
I mean, which is the resume is already
Westworld and
Jonathan
also
Nolan.
wrote The Dark Knight.
there. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
resume's there. It should be pretty dope. Amazon Prime does a pretty good job at not making 8-episode shows, so it should probably be at least 10. I would hope, but yeah.
I hope it's
freaking
good enough to because Fallout's always been like we said, we didn't play the whole thing, but it's always been a world I thought was very cool.
Same.
I just never thought the gameplay was that engaging.
Yeah, same.
So when you turn it into a television show, I'm like, oh, I'm here
I'm
for
down.
it. Did you know that Matthew Perry, Chandler from Friends, was the voice of the bad guy in the first or second Fallout
Yeah.
game?
There's like a lot of
Big Friends fan.
Like,
big, yeah,
what?
big
Yeah,
friends guy right here.
Yeah, but oh boy.
Oh.
But so I don't know what the point of me bringing that up was. I don't know, think about it.
It's cool.
But
It's
it's
cool.
very cool. And now
looks
that I
good.
can watch it and
Yeah.
kind of enjoy it without having to run around in an empty space for 10 years, like most Bethesda's games are.
That's Bethesda, yeah.
They have a bunch of really empty. I actually
She does the voice of Jinx in Arcane.
Oh, that's
Okay.
right.
That
That's
main
right.
character?
That's right.
Wow, that's cool.
What do you think, Frankie?
I think it looks awesome. I don't know anything about the game. I know Variant played the crap out of it because I took him to the
GameStop to get it at midnight and stuff.
Sure.
Yeah.
So I mean,
So you're
I
kind of
know
going
that
into it
he's
just
told
like,
me,
this is going to be a cool show.
totally like.
That's great.
I mean, the same thing with Last of Us. I mean, I watched people play the game.
Right.
I watched him play Fallout. I don't know really anything about this, but I think it looks really cool. I'm excited for it.
Yeah, I also I wasn't excited for it when it was like a thing that was happening, but now that I have seen
Yeah, you're like,
the trailer,
why Fallout?
Yeah,
Why
why
I spend
Fallout?
$1 million
But,
dollars on
but it
this?
looks really cool. And then you have something later in the year, Borderlands, which I loved those games,
So did I.
and that movie or that trailer was
It's
terrible,
Kevin Hart
Really?
and
Kevin
yeah,
Hart.
that's right, that's
Kate
right.
Blanchett.
Hart is
terrible.
terrible.
And they so
At least she looks great.
Kate Blanchett.
Yeah.
The voice of Claptrap, it's a voice acting role. Why did you need to recast it?
Yeah.
Like,
Could have got the guy to do it.
Yeah, I'm confused. And now it just literally
it's 'cause
sounds
it-
like Jack Black doing a voice.
Well, it's because
It's Leia,
he did really good with Bowser. I'm sure he's probably
Yeah.
gonna get a couple more of
But
those.
Bowser's not a character that talks in Mario. So you can kind of
I'm talking, man.
But I
Just
don't know.
talking.
I just feel like but the reason I was asking, because I saw a couple people, and Dre, he says he loves Fallout and he's excited for this. But I saw a few people under the trailer being like, this looks terrible. I love the games. I'm like, so I'm curious. I'm like, do people who love these games think it looks terrible? But Dre is in a.
Yeah, he said he's a fan and he says it looks good. I'm curious to know like what other people think about it that are fans, because I mean there's tons of there's tons of games that are in line, I'm sure, to get made into shows or movies. And I mean, I could go on and talk about like Ghost of Tsushima on PlayStation, supposed to be getting
that would be dope.
like Shogun is
Shogun
an
is
amazing
one of
show
the best
that is
shows I've
just
ever
like that.
watched.
And it's people are comparing it to like Game of Thrones and all that kind of stuff. It's
Already?
yeah,
Wow.
already.
Okay.
I like.
It's one of the highest rated shows on what is it, Rotten Tomatoes and IMDb.
It's got like a 99% from
Yeah.
fans and
Wow.
critics.
It's really
Jeez.
Dre put me on. He'll tell you
it's
really good.
really. It made me want to read the book, Shogun. It made me want to read the book.
Oh, there's books about it.
Yeah, there's one book. It's like massive. It's like 900 pages. So I'm like,
You'll read it.
I don't know.
We'll read it next
But
week.
that's really good. And this looks of similar production quality, and it doesn't look like they're
Doesn't look like the Halo show.
Oh my god, dude. Like, can we talk about that for a second?
That's why I brought it up.
So
Go ahead,
Halo 3 is my childhood.
Yeah, dude. Same.
I played that game
so much.
every day after school.
Yeah.
Every single day.
Yeah.
And the very first thing the guys who are creating that show said before the first season came out is, Yeah, well, we're not really worried about trying to do it like the show. Also, Master Chief is going to instantly take his helmet off,
Which
the
pissed me off.
ambiguity of the character is like the whole point
Yeah.
of the character. He's this unknowable, unstoppable force for good trying to stop these aliens trying to kill
Earth.
and
Super
take
Earth.
control of the universe.
For
and
democracy.
you're like, you know what would be good is if Master Chief had a love story in the first season of Halo. Like,
I don't need to see Master
Why are
Chief
you-
smacking cheeks, bro.
Like,
I don't need to see that.
why are you
I didn't need
adapting? Well, I know the answer to this question, money. But like,
course.
why creatively would you adapt this if you're just like, if you don't think it's actually compelling? Like, if you're like, well, the actual story here kind of sucks, we're not going to tell that.
But the
Then
actual
leave it
story is
alone.
amazing. You didn't need to do that. But see, that's what I'm saying. This doesn't give me that vibe so
no,
far.
exactly, yeah.
Because when I saw the trailers of the Halo stuff, I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be crap. This looks like it's gonna be bad."
You were right.
I was right.
Yeah.
I can tell the future.
Yeah.
Where is he? Where is the cat that plays Master Chief in the Halo
Pablo
series?
something or other is his name?
Is he? He's an Orange is
Orange
the New
New
Black.
Black.
Yeah. That's what I know him
The
from.
guy who plays Master Chief, he's
Pablo
in,
Schreiber?
he's in what is it?
yeah,
American
Pablo
Gods.
Schreiber.
American Gods, right? That's the.
Oh, okay.
He's
he
the
also
he's
in
the,
that?
he's the leprechaun.
Okay.
He's,
that too.
Also
Matt
based on
Sweeney.
a book.
Really?
American Gods, yeah. Neil Gaiman, comic book writer.
Oh wow.
Yeah, unironically.
I know, right? That's pretty cool.
The guy who wrote this wrote American Gods.
You know, I mean, I saw the first season of Halo and
Didn't like it.
I just wasn't, just not impressed.
Did you
as
play the
far
game?
as- No.
No. Well, shut up.
No.
Well, that is why I'm curious. Like, maybe there's something in this Fallout trailer that's like
All
super
right.
alienating to fans, and I'm just blind to it because I don't know.
Why'd you
why I said
cover
that.
your eyes? That pissed me off
'Cause I'm
so
blind
bad.
He's not drinking.
Because I'm blind to it.
He's not drinking.
Maybe I'm blind to it. Maybe I'm blind to it. Yeah.
He hasn't drank a drop.
Like, I was just
suck.
as annoyed by that. But Frank mentioned The Boys right before we started talking about this, and that made me think about Zack Snyder recently went on Joe Rogan's podcast.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
gosh.
And he's said, and
He said
I wanna-
a lot
I
of
want to
things.
preface this by saying, I'm sure Zack Snyder is a wonderful person. I don't personally know him, and any of my qualms with
He's
the
evil.
creative things he's
Qualm.
makes, qualm
Qualms.
is not me saying that Zack Snyder is a terrible person, because that seems to be like the biggest defenders of Zack Snyder stuff. They're like, "Oh, you think he's a terrible person?" I'm like, "No, I
No, I
just
don't-
don't like
no.
the stuff he makes." But he
Yeah.
went on Joe Rogan's podcast, and he said two things that I was like,
What are you talking
what
about,
are you
bro?
talking about? The first thing, he was like, well, when I was first making Batman versus Superman, everyone kept telling me, Batman can't kill. Batman can't kill. And that just made me want to make him kill. And I'm like, why are you
Really?
like, what?
That's what he said.
That's literally what
Yeah.
he said. And then he's like, I feel like you need to put characters in situations like that. Because somebody was like, people said just don't put him in that situation if he has to kill. And he's like, but I needed to put him in that situation because whatever. And I'm like, if you put a character who can't kill in a situation where he's probably going to have to, and then your answer for that character is just to make him kill, then you're not
Yeah.
doing anything interesting.
Yeah.
You're just changing the character. And it's like, what? This is why people didn't enjoy this, because you took, like, make a Punisher movie. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And then
Yeah,
the other, like, and that's just kind of like nitpick, whatever. But the other thing he said was like objectively not true. He was talking about The Boys. And he was like, well, you guys know, or do you know that I was the first person to start that? Making a superhero thing that deconstructs superheroes.
Oh,
When
he's
I
talking
made
about Watchmen.
And pretty much everyone who's like under the comments in the clip are like, you didn't make
Yeah, you didn't make
Watchmen,
it,
bro.
bro.
Yeah, you made the movie, but that's like Denis Villeneuve coming out and being like, yeah, I revolutionized the sci-fi genre with Dune.
by creating Dune
By creating
when I
Dune.
wrote it.
Like, no, you didn't. Frank Herbert did.
years
So,
ago, bro.
Alan Moore developed those characters.
Yeah.
You adapted them for the screen.
Yes.
To take credit for you coming up with the idea of deconstructing the superhero genre.
That is wild.
Is hilarious. Like, what are you talking about? That's like if Peter Jackson came out and was like, yeah, I created Lord of the Rings. I made this whole wonderful, incredible story. I don't know who that J.R. Tolkien guy is. Like,
I know. I mean, he basically just put it like shot for shot from the graphic novel onto the screen. I mean, that
What
was
up, Marcus?
basically-
Nice shirt.
what, Marcus?
Hello, everyone.
There's some incredible. Hi, Marcus. There's some incredible shots.
Oh, hi, Mark.
In that movie.
Absolutely, yeah.
Incredible.
Oh, sure, yeah.
It's beautifully
Yeah, but
done.
like to be like Taco Bell's like we revolutionize tacos.
Yeah.
We are the ones to put tacos on the map.
This like one of the
in the United States of America.
This is one of the first times
They've done something.
Yeah, they've done something.
Zack Snyder has said something or like created something in a world that wasn't already his. And people are like, oh, this is annoying. And then you know how he has his supporters, which whatever, fine.
Yeah.
This is the first
Cult.
time I don't see a single one of those people in the comments being like, no, this is actually
He's
like
right.
he's like spitting.
Nah,
Like,
Not only that, but he's like Watchmen. He basically translated the book frame by
frame by frame,
literally
up until the end.
Yeah,
and except for the black pirate stuff.
Right.
There was that
Yeah.
stop motion comic that
Yes.
they put out like 6 months before. I
Absolutely,
think.
yeah.
And Shane and I were looking at it. I said, "This looks like scenes from the movie." We were watching this. I said, "This looks like they're watching."
Pretty
the movie.
much.
What did
It looks cool.
Paul or Marcus? I know you guys probably know what I'm talking about. He mentions something about Rebel Moon on the interview.
He
What
said
did he
that
say?
Rebel Moon would have performed better than Barbie
Oh.
if it was in theaters.
Yo,
No, here's what
brother.
Here's what his logic was. He said, "Well,
no.
he said Netflix assumes 2-person per view, which is true. They do. Like if a movie gets a view, they count that as 2 views because a lot of times people, which is fair, whatever. And he's like, so it has 90 million views or something like that on Netflix. I might not have the exact numbers right. And he's like, so basically times that 2. And if you do look at the number of tickets bought for Barbie, this is more. So therefore, Rebel, like, dude, it was free. What are you talking about?
Right.
Not free because it's on Netflix, but
Right.
no, he's like, if we put it in theaters, it would have done just as well as Barbie. That's basically what he was saying.
sense.
No,
Look,
it
bro,
wouldn't have.
I'm gonna
It
tell-
was a
I'm gonna
$1 billion film.
I'm gonna tell you what, bro. 14 minutes into this movie, I was like, this is the
Slow
worst
motion
movie.
grains on the ground.
Yo, I'm like, this is the worst movie I think I've seen in a very long time.
Until
Madam Web.
Madam Web.
You know what though?
Madam Web is worse than Rebel Moon. So
an
he can have
incredible
that.
nap
Yeah.
in Madam Web. An incredible nap.
Incredible nap.
I feel bad we missed the monkeys though. The
That was the
monkeys.
funniest thing.
The New Jersey Howler monkeys, bro.
Our sleep is important.
What?
Did we
I
talk about
enjoyed
that
the
on the
rest.
show?
I don't know. I don't think
we didn't. We didn't.
Go ahead.
No.
Talk about
You
it,
guys didn't want
because this pissed me off.
Because you know how they start off in the
pissed me
Peruvian jungle, right? And there's these like folly sounds of like monkeys and just jungle forest
Right.
things.
Yeah, foliage.
And then they're in like this forest in between like New Jersey and New York or whatever.
Because there's a forest in New Jersey.
And
It's
they're
like
walking
it's not
through
even
the
a forest, bro. It's bushes behind a diner.
Yeah, it's like off a highway.
It's not even. It's off the highway,
yeah,
bro.
like a mile off the highway.
You're giving it too much credit if you said
and
forest.
they
It's not
use
forest.
literally the same like
Hung out there.
sounds and the same sound design from the Peruvian jungle in the New Jersey jungle. So you hear like howler monkeys.
They're the New Jersey howler monkeys.
Are they an earshot of the Bronx Zoo? I'm confused. Why are you hearing monkeys? It's just
You
an
said
example
New Jersey jungle.
of the slapdash way
amazing.
they put that movie together.
That's how they
like,
got you.
What?
Nah, man. And then all of a sudden they're like dancing to Britney Spears' "Toxic."
Oh my!
And
I wish
then
we would've talked about that.
Why?
yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't go.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, yeah.
it's-
And then
It was
and
atrocious.
then the bad guy comes in and socks the hell out of some random dude that's sitting in the diner, and then proceeds to fight these girls.
But you know what the worst part of that movie or that scene is? The girls are in this diner. They see some like high school boys. The girl, Sydney Sweeney's character, and the other two are supposed to be like 16, 17 in this movie. So in the well, no, but it's relevant to what I'm about to say. And these girls go up to the table these high school football players are at, and they start like light
Coyote Ugly.
strip teasing on top
On
of
the
the table.
table.
And
Coyote
nobody
Ugly.
in this diner is like, you teenage girls need to get off of this table.
And why are you blasting Britney Spears?
Like, what is happening? Oh, yeah, because it took place in 2002, so toxic. There's a line where they're like, this song's going to be huge.
Oh wow, really? I hate that movie
Yeah.
so much.
That was it was pretty bad. I actually The only thing that I really enjoyed about it was the reactions by Sonny. That made my whole night. Just hearing him just exclaim the whole night. And,
I was
and
cussing
even
a lot.
Paul. I even heard Paul this time because usually Paul's pretty quiet, but I saw him just like face palming so many times.
When Mike Epps died.
Bro.
Oh, the boom mic was in that scene.
Really?
They had the
Oh,
microphone.
was there really?
Yeah.
Wow. They
First
And they
off,
left it in, obviously.
Strong production quality.
You
Wow.
did
Incredible.
Mike Epps didn't need to be in the movie, by the way.
Right. Yeah.
What pissed me off is they used him
Who
as the
was
token
he?
black guy to just get hit by a slow truck in the background.
The funny thing is, if she had just left him alone,
Nothing
he
would
would have
happen.
been fine because he like delayed her leaving.
Yeah.
and that gave the truck that hit his ambulance time to kill him.
Listen. I'm sure tons of people have
I need
explained
to
how
see
terrible this movie
No,
is.
you got to see it, Shane.
I wanna see it.
I can't even get over how bad it is.
Is this still in theaters at all?
I mean, maybe, probably.
It
might
didn't do
be.
too well. You
Can
can
we
probably
go
see
see
it
it tonight?
North Side somewhere. I don't know.
Do you remember when Morbius came out? It did terribly. They pulled it from theaters, and this big campaign on social media was like,
Bring
"Yeah,
back
Morbin time." And the studio, this is how stupid studio execs are. They weren't like, "Oh, this is a joke on the internet." They were like, "Oh, this is."
They want it.
This is serious.
we should
Popular
They
demand.
put it
Gotta
back
give the
in
people what they
theaters,
want.
and it made like $50,000 in
They
movies.
50,000?
really put it back in the
I spent that in popcorn last year.
I was like, yeah, bro. We just got the art house for $50,000.
Right? They sold
So,
a restaurant
We're
for
into the
that.
art house for
Twix.
50.
I digress.
Twix ice cream. I spent from 50 grand.
What were we talking about?
I don't remember
Snyder.
Zack
Oh.
Snyder
Yeah.
and how
Oh.
incredible he is as a filmmaker.
Yeah, that Rebel Moon movie sucked.
Yeah, bro.
You gonna watch the rated R one?
Sure.
Sure. Sounds great.
That movie
you wanna-
sucked. I'm gonna watch a 40-minute longer version.
Oh, man.
Do you wanna copper drop?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
Let's cop
Does
it.
everybody have?
Let's drop it.
Oh, what? Oh, okay. Now I'm interested because that kind of looks creepy. Your cover. So we're gonna do some copper drop. Do you want to go first, Paul?
yeah, sure.
Because I'm interested what you got right there.
You need to liven up that intro, Sonny.
I was trying to like slide into it.
It's kind of hard when talking about Madam Web. That's kind of.
I guess you're right.
I was trying to.
Everybody
I'm
was
like,
Speaking of Madam Web,
shocked into like,
speaking of Madam
what
Web,
Batman comic did you bring this week?
He didn't this week.
Which, by the way, I didn't bring Batman.
Oh, man.
that's why I'm excited.
All right, so
Copper drop.
Copper drop.
Yay!
there you go.
Drop it
There you
or
go.
cop it.
So the book I'll start with.
I like it.
There
That's
it is.
pretty good.
yeah.
Yeah.
Sponsored by my cool shirt.
Cop it or drop
Oh,
it.
Spider Punk. Oh, that's nice.
That is nice.
I like that.
We're-
That is very nice.
You're giving them a lot of money. I'm gonna have to get it.
We're all kind of rocking cool shirts. Well,
He's not
Frank
anymore.
was. He took his
This is my tie
Tommy
shirt
Guys.
off.
my tie shirt off.
Come on.
I'm relaxing now.
He didn't want to sponsor Mai Tais. Is that what it is?
Not now.
Go to Timmy Bermuda's.
Go to Timmy Bermuda's and cop a delicious Mai Tai, frozen or on the rocks.
Timmy
Boy, you got
Bermuda's.
a
That's
good
a good
voice
joke
for
for
that.
the
Oh, that's
audience
good.
because absolutely nobody will know what we're talking about. Anyway,
Go ahead.
So anyway, Paul, what did you bring?
anyways, the first book I brought was the Guardians of the Galaxy Annual #1.
All right.
This is the finale to Jackson Lansing, Colin Kelly, and Kev Walker's and Hollingsworth's run on, or at least that arc of Guardians of the Galaxy. I don't know if they're going to continue writing it. You would probably know better than I would. Frank
He
doesn't know
doesn't.
either. But so I really enjoyed this, and I've never really read a Guardians comic. The closest I've ever got to reading a Guardians comic is all the stuff they do in Annihilation, which is like Drax mainly. But I really enjoyed this, and I could see this being a movie that could exist in the James Gunn universe of Guardians of the Galaxy. The overview is Groot has become this giant weapon of mass destruction,
Sold.
and he's completely destroying this sector of space. And the Guardians are like, we have to stop him. He's our friend, but we got to stop him. Eventually, they find out why he's doing this, and through events I don't want to spoil, they may end up working with him and having to fight off Star-Lord's sister because he may or may not be trying to heal this portion of the universe, and they may not be doing what he thinks he's doing. And it's just a really good finale. Drax has a really cool moment in it, and the reunion between, because obviously Rocket is close with Groot, and in that I want to say that this is very Disney, Marvel, Guardians of the Galaxy
Oh, that's cool.
characterizations.
Okay.
Because as many people know, Guardians before James Gunn, they were more serious
Yeah.
and less interesting.
Right.
And they kind of a lot of times that'll happen. Like a movie will come out, like when Nick Fury became, or when Samuel Jackson became Nick Fury,
They changed him over.
he
to-
became a black man. In the comics, he wasn't. So like the movies will influence comics in that way, and that's very much what's happened here.
Did they ever explain?
Yeah, the Ultimate Universe.
Okay, that's what it was.
Yeah, that's and he comes over and the original white Nick Fury lives on the moon. I'm not kidding. But it was really just a really
I'm
cool.
gonna take over your job.
White people like the moon.
Self-contained. It's very self-contained. Guardians of the Galaxy story, and all the characters, they work really well together. You even get at the end, you get Hercules and you get Super Scroll at the end.
Hercules.
And it's just all right, Doug. Yeah, but Disney or whatever. But no, it's very, very cool. I would highly recommend, especially, I'm sure it'll be collected. It's 10 issues in total, including the annual.
Nice.
And it'll be collected sometime soon. And I would definitely recommend reading that, especially if you love the Guardians of the Galaxy movies. And the second book I'm going to talk about, which is Back and Forth with Hunger in the Dusk and Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees, as my favorite independent comic right now. And it's Tenement issue 9, Origin. So this is in the Bone Orchard mythos. That was harder to say than I thought it was going to be. And you find out in an earlier comic there is these 7 like evil entities.
Ooh.
And it's kind of like what each story in this mythos is talking about. One of them is unknown, but this one is about, kind of shout out Dune, the void, Usul.
Ooh.
Oh.
And basically one of the characters dies in the beginning, and one of the other ones is like, this dude was crazy, I don't know what he was doing. And the art is incredible.
Yeah, I want to see what's up.
And the tenement building gets transported to like this hellscape. And each floor of the tenement building is this terrifying maze with doppelgangers, and you don't know what's going on, and you're seeing these interpersonal relationships with all these people. And this girl has cancer, and then by the time they get down to the 3rd floor, she doesn't anymore, so she doesn't want to leave or try to find a way out.
Oh,
But her like boyfriend is like, no, you can't stay here, like this isn't good. And basically this one starts with this weird, almost Messiah type character, and these 7 followers begin following him, and these are the 7 like darkness 7 what? Dwarves, yeah, the 7 dwarves.
Cool. I thought he said
but
something
they're
different,
like these
too.
embodiment of darkness, and you find out they build this city called the Silver City that's supposed to be on the 1st floor of this teleported tenement building.
Mm-hmm.
And this issue ends with them going into it to find the void. And I think, and the city looks really cool. It's Andrea Sorrentino, who is super
Artwork is
dope.
really cool.
Who's going to be doing the art on Philip Kennedy Johnson's comic, right?
Yep.
Or at least
On the Crocodile Black.
yeah, something or something,
Cool.
whether it be covers or interiors.
Sick.
And Jeff Lemire, who is one of the best writers of all time, and Dave Stewart, one of the best colorists. And it's just been really cool. Every time I read an issue, because I kind of read so much in between, and I kind of forget. I'm like, do I really like? How much into this am I still? And I read it, I'm like, I'm right back in.
Yeah.
And it's really just really, really dope. And it's so different from
That's why I like
anything
it.
else.
It's completely
It's
different.
incredible.
That's a
And-
cop for sure.
And those are the 2 books I have.
Wow, that's so cool.
Okay.
That was very elementary school.
So cool.
What did you
Wow.
say?
Cool.
Frank, what you looking at?
I
Don't you
was
worry
just
about that, player.
confirming something. The artist name is Sam for Philip Kennedy Johnson's book Crocodile Black.
Okay.
Christian Ward and Sorrentino are going to be doing covers.
Okay, that's what I figured.
Both cover work for that series. It's a limited series, like 5 or 6 issue series. I think it starts towards the end of May.
Okay.
We're excited to talk to him in the future about that. So
Most
Exciting.
definitely.
that'll be fun. Speaking of Boom Studios, we got Pine and Merrimack, Kyle Starks, and Fran Galan, further exploring a little bit of this investigation they've got going on, something secret going on in their town. This is a married couple. Deals a little bit into her backstory. She was a homicide detective, and she's kind of traumatized by visiting murder scenes and stuff like that. So she opens her own detective agency. She becomes a private investigator. Her husband is a retired mixed martial arts fighter.
Oh, nice.
And they've sort of like partnered up to investigate the things that are going on in this town, and things aren't always as they seem. More as far as the investigations, good storytelling. The artwork is cool splash pages of Frank Galan, and Kyle Starks is great with his storytelling.
Is there like sci-fi-ish kind of vibe?
It's like a detective thing. There's some supernatural,
that's what
possible vibes going on with it. This is Spectacular Spider-Man, Greg Weisman. If you ever read the Gargoyles series, if you're familiar with Gargoyles, is going on right now with Dynamite. Greg Weisman is the writer for that. It's fun so far. It's only a first issue. The artwork is Humberto Ramos, so it's incredible. Really fun story for the first arc. There's sort of like a hulked out version of a fan favorite villain you'll see in there. Ooh. It's kind of cool, and the jokes are flying between both Miguel and Peter Parker and other characters. It's cool. It's a fun start. And I enjoyed that. That's something that everybody's been looking forward to, as well as the Ultimate X-Men with Peach Momoko. That's been something that everybody's been looking forward to as well, coming out this week. It was a big week as far as new stuff this week, but that's what I got, and I'm excited for this. This is an ongoing series. I didn't know that. I thought it was like a limited thing, but that's gonna be an ongoing series with Wiseman and Ramos, and I'm excited to see where it goes. It's actually cool to have some Spider-Man stuff with the Ultimate Spider-Man series. Don't know what's going on with Miles Morales, if it's going to be wrapping pretty soon or not. But with this as well, it's kind of cool to have some Spider-Man stuff that I'm actually looking forward to, because Gang War was kind of a...
As someone who wasn't reading Gang War, it seemed like it...
Why'd you say
Gang War?
It kind of ended with a thud. A lot of the tie-ins, our friend Brendan,
well, it just seemed like it went
without fear. It did, and he was saying that a lot of the tie-ins were much more interesting than the actual story itself, and that's
makes sense.
kind of
how Night Terrors was.
Yeah, pretty much. I think
agree.
when it gets wrapped up and it gets kind of like collected edition, maybe we'll go through it. We can kind of read it,
talk about it a little bit.
Yeah,
Good stuff.
Good stuff.
Marcus, what you got?
Hey, so New Burn number 15. This is the penultimate issue.
Ooh, cool
issue
cover.
16 is the last. It's solicited as being the series finale, and it's going to be a good one. It's after the cataclysmic events of what's been going on now. Everyone's all guns are kind of like this image. All guns are pointing towards New Bern now, Eastern New Bern, and the events following up. Kind of leading up to this issue, you get some of the origin, and you see kind of why he ends up being in the position he was, like in terms of being like that power broker, that person that none of the organized crime families touched.
Nice.
And it's because he's kind of back in the day was kind of like the Punisher. He regulated them.
Nice.
Shout out Nate Dogg.
Yeah, he'll take them out.
Regulators.
So. And over the course of this series, we've seen him kind of like take Emily, who's a cop, under his wing, and we find out that he has been kind of mentoring her to take over his position because he's kind of over it. But it looks like it's going to be there's some double cross, and there's a lot of other issues going on that it's not going to work out. It may not work out as planned for Easton. So we're going to see what happened. Easton Newburn, that's his name.
Nice.
So very good. He's already starting to take out some of the families that are after him, and it's action, and it's going to end
very
with issue 16.
Punisher-esque.
Yeah, but with more of the organized crime mobster overtones.
I got the first collected edition of that off the recommendation of Marcus, and it's really good.
Nice.
Yes.
It's really phenomenal.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm glad. Yeah, I can't vouch for that enough. It's so good.
It reminds me of the way Tom King does like Mr. Miracle and Human Target. And stuff like that. It's very similar to that. So if you like that, even though it's not King, it's Zdarsky. They're both dope.
Big it up.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, hopefully they'll put it all together in a nice hardcover, and I'll definitely double dip or triple dip at that point.
Double dip that time.
Yeah. And then speaking of Punisher.
Oh,
speak of him.
Yep.
Nice.
Issue number 4 of Punisher just came out recently. David Pepos is still holding it down. who is Jigsaw? So for those who know about the Punisher, early Punisher lore, classic Punisher lore, I should say, Jigsaw is actually a character, kind of like
It's played by the guy in the T-Mobile commercial in the show.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Oh, yeah. Wow.
And he in the comics, he's kind of like kind of one of those reoccurring adversaries, kind of like Green Goblin is to Spider-Man. He comes up every once in a while. It's either him or Hydra or someone. But in this take, we have Joe Garrison, and Jigsaw is actually a shadow organization, a criminal organization. It's not just one person.
Oh, okay.
So that's he's so far as the story has developed, he is basically not only on the run because all the authorities think he's responsible for killing his family, or he played a part in killing his own family.
So this isn't Frank Castle Punisher, right?
No, but they are definitely using some of his details and spinning it to fit this character.
Interesting.
So, Joe Garrison, so he's an ex-SHIELD agent, and he has AAA, who's like his former handler, working with him in the shadows. She's kind of like Oracle.
I was gonna say like
Oracle
guy
is.
in the chair.
Yeah, the guy in the chair. That is kind of like the role of traditionally Microchip in the classic Punisher.
Yeah.
And so you have Jigsaw, who actually is responsible for killing his family, but yet the authorities are after Joe because they think he's responsible. So the authorities are chasing Joe while Joe is chasing the guys responsible for killing his family. So you got the cat and mouse sort of thing going on, and it's pretty good. It's been pretty interesting. It's definitely I have to remind myself it's not Frank. So sometimes it gets a little over the top, in the more sci-fi way, because he is using more SHIELD type of futuristic weapons versus just the, the AR-15 or or 45. The knives,
Slingshot.
that kind of thing. So, but it's been a lot of fun, and it's, and the stakes are at this point in this issue, AAA actually gets kidnapped. And so he's after who's kidnapping her, who kidnapped her. And and the rest of the story kind of is unfolding with that. And he's he's growing into the Punisher role. He keeps getting called Punisher, but he didn't accept that as a role, but now he is, because at this point, it was great. The issue this is a minor spoiler, but the issue kind of ends with AAA coming back, getting rescued and all that. And the guy, who admits to killing his family, dying, but he orders her to hack into the coroner's records and pronounce him dead. So now officially Joe Garrison is considered deceased.
Nice.
That's kind of a way to ease off the the authorities off of him.
Of course.
And then he's kind of growing into that role of being the Punisher now.
Where's Frank Castle in all this? Is this just like
Frank Castle is nowhere to be found. If you wanted to know where he is, he was last in I forget what Netherworld it's called. It's kind of like hell, really.
Right.
But he kind of ends up he's there now. So he's kind of in this kind of hellish, like, I want to call it Weird World or something like that. I forget what it's called, but he's kind of like in this hellish dimension, just kind of chilling right now.
Watching Madam Web.
Probably.
That's the hellscape he's in, Madam Web.
Yeah, right.
He's stuck in a never-ending loop of watching Dakota Johnson watch a pigeon hit a window.
Oh, God. Yeah. So, I mean, it's enjoyable.
Really good.
Yeah. It's been fun.
Shane, since you didn't bring anything,
Shocker.
Way to go,
what
Shane.
is your copper drop in each category? Were you paying attention? Were you taking notes?
I don't know about taking notes.
Shane don't know how to read.
I tell you, that Punisher does sound pretty good. That's
Yeah,
what
it's
Punisher
fun.
probably sounded like
you.
the truly like something I'd be interested
Truly?
in more than anything.
Truly.
Oh, well, I'll be.
The more you drink, the more you say it.
Yeah, that's mine because I insulted Marcus earlier when he wasn't here.
So that's how you're trying to be a nice
I
wizard.
was probably fighting the 10 minutes full of construction around.
Oh, I know that's bad around here. But I want to go with Marcus's Punisher as my cop. The winner for Copper Drop for me is Marcus's Punisher.
You want to say it one more time?
Oh, Paul.
I don't know, you told us like you
Yeah.
said it like 4 times.
Real quick, I give away my presents.
Oh, I would love to accept
So
your
last
presents.
weekend was up there with the variant in the northwest part of the country up there in Seattle. It was very cold.
Saw some friends.
I saw some pals. I saw Ryan over there. Talked to Ben Templesmith, David Mack, Chip Zdarsky. What's your name? Your boy Buckingham. Saw all those guys over there. It's a good time. There's a lot of people.
Nice.
A lot of people. But I made time to make sure I got you guys some stuff. I got some stuff signed from Marcus, of course. I got this pin for Shane. It's the Sasquatch in like a spacesuit.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
That pin there.
Absolutely terrible. Absolutely terrific.
I'm glad you like it.
This morning.
I was gonna toss it, but I'll wait for you to.
I got this T-shirt for Sonny. It has the Squatch with his butt out in the back.
Nice, dude.
What's with the?
Oh, look, there's little butt mushrooms.
But it also has your
There's little
your little treats there on the front.
Oh, look, they're mushrooms with little butts.
Treats.
Look at that.
Treats in the
Show
front.
the
for
back
Sonny.
again. Show
Thanks,
the back
bud.
again.
You want to see the back?
Yeah, show
Yeah,
the
look at
back.
that.
Oh,
That is a
That's
cute
dope.
bud.
It was a great time. A lot of people. It was
Sasquatch
probably
butt.
twice the Varian and I went to Portland's Rose City Comic Con back in September. This is probably twice the amount of people.
Oh wow.
Oh,
Okay.
It was
okay.
it was ridiculous.
Okay.
Super packed. And also for Paul, I picked up went over saw those guys at IDW, and we got the con exclusive of Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees. The second issue of that, a foil cover.
That's awesome.
Picked that up
Thank
for
you so much.
Paul, and then I got some stuff signed for Marcus. I'm just going to show off the signatures.
Oh,
that I
no.
got
Yeah,
here.
these are cool. I saw them already.
Buckingham did a little little sketch
Look at
there in
that.
the inside cover.
Yes. Thank you, Mark.
Super,
If you're
super
if you're
cool guy.
listening, thank you, Mr. Buckingham.
Got a book signed from Zdarsky, another book signed for you by Mr. Buckingham, and then Zdarsky is like he took the book. He started drawing as well, Marcus.
Did he?
So he did a little
Look.
Spider-Man in there for you.
Oh snap! That's
pretty cool.
super cool.
And he
So
said,
now-
thanks for the
amazing.
support. He said, thank you to all the guys for the support. Got to walk around the con for about an hour with Fire Guy Ryan, which was awesome.
He
and
told me.
just talk shop. It was great.
He told me
he told me.
he did something.
No, you did kind of say it like that.
Yeah, it was good.
He told me.
He told me.
He told me.
he told me
Oh, there you go.
that
Sounds like an adult.
that he went out with somebody at some point. He was like, I should have gone out with Frank.
Nice.
So the story goes, I'm not going to implicate anybody else.
Yes.
But they may have had a little too much,
Ah.
and they
Okay.
were feeling it
As you do.
the next day.
Yeah.
Shane knows something
And
about that.
he was
Yeah.
debating whether or not he was going
All
to come
about that.
down to the show on Saturday.
Oh.
And we were there all day Saturday. And I said, well, that's cool. I said, we can come to you if you want. I said, we're going to be here all day today and all day tomorrow. We'll come up to you. We're an hour away from Mill Creek where they're at, the Everett, where they're at. We'd make the trip. And he goes, no, you know what? I think I'm going to come down there. And he was like, I came down here to see you. I was like, that makes me feel good. Like, got to hang out. We hung out, walked around the con for about an hour and checked some stuff out, looked and, talked comics. I mean, it's busy.
Checked
people,
each other
but,
out.
you know, it was fun. We had a good time.
Held hands.
That's good.
We held hands. We skipped. we
Looked deeply into each other's eyes.
Yes.
We
did.
had fun.
Yeah, but it was a good
I
time.
can't say I'm jealous.
To be over.
Well, I don't know if you guys noticed that this past weekend, that same weekend that we were at Emerald City, they announced the first guests for the guest list for Portland in Rose City,
okay.
and Chip Zdarsky is the first official guest
Right
that will be
on.
up there. So if you guys are interested,
Yeah.
We have to go.
When is
Ryan
this?
said he would
We have to
consider
go.
it's the first weekend I think in September
Okay.
up there in
Oh, my
Portland.
birthday?
So if you
Really?
guys want, let's
Oh,
think
man.
about making a trip up there. It will be fun.
Yeah.
You know,
I
That might be
agree.
a,
I
that might be a good
concur.
birthday
we'll
present
get
for
Shane's
myself.
helmet and the
Let's
whole
do
thing.
it.
Beer
Would you
helmet.
like-
Beer helmet and goggles.
I thought it was like one of like the
Marcus's
special
birthday
helmets.
gift.
Went over my head. Yeah, that's right.
You know what I mean?
Too. I was like, it was a weird joke. to
Oh,
make.
there you go. But it was a great time. Had a lot
Good.
of fun.
Great.
I'm glad you got to get a little break and go have some fun.
Yeah,
Right. See
It was
the
good
variant.
stuff.
Yeah,
Variant dressed
Variant.
up. He was a Jedi.
He dressed
For
up
the,
first day, and then it snowed on Saturday. Like,
No,
it
wow.
snowed Saturday, like 20 minutes, but I mean, it snowed.
God
It was
bless Las
A
Vegas.
little chilly. Yeah, man.
I mean, it snows here sometimes.
It was cold, rainy.
like 2
Once every-
seconds. Yeah.
Yeah, once every 3 years. No,
that
it was
wind.
it was fun. We had a good time.
Good.
Good time.
I'm happy for you.
Good.
That's cute.
I was gonna mention also, as far as comic book news goes, Sonny, May the 4th. I want you to circle that date, not just because it's May the 4th. May the 4th, Free Comic Book Day. You're going to make sure you're going to your LCS and you're going to support them on Free Comic Book Day, May the 4th. Get down there. They're going to be giving out all kinds of stuff.
Be with you.
There's going to be previews for the new X-Men series that is rumored to be written by Gail Simone. Absolute Power is going to. There's going to be a preview for Absolute Power. There's going to be a preview for Blood Hunt that is going to be sort of being put together by Jed McKay. That's going to be kicking off pretty soon. 59 parts to that story.
Damn.
Oh boy, it's going to be steep.
Why not 60?
I don't know. They should have just done the full 60.
Yeah.
They're going to do 60.
Seems like
probably.
that's the type of
At
thing
this
comic
point, they
books
should
do.
just collect it all and release it as a collection from the jump. Don't even do all this
crazy.
single issue stuff.
Do a Snyder cut.
Yeah.
Your boys at
74.
Into the West Comics will be doing something on May the 4th for Free Comic Book Day. But to make a trip over to a shop or two, maybe we'll go see Brandon over there.
Yeah.
And we'll bounce around a couple shops and visit some friends here in the area and hang out
Be
and high
visiting
five.
friends and
Give out some T-shirts.
Yeah, man.
stuff.
It'd be a good time.
It's really nice of you.
We got to do it.
Yeah.
We have to.
Yeah, check out
Enough's
that community.
enough.
Enough's enough. We got to get Shane out in the wild.
I don't know about that.
It's dangerous.
You don't know if you want Shane outside?
Yeah, no.
I'm just gonna go to a bunch of places and just drink and just talk about.
Not even
us.
comic book stores. He's just gonna go to a bunch of places.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go.
He's going to go to a
four
bar
PTs.
and
Yeah.
tell everybody Happy Comic Book Day.
Happy Comic Book Day, guys. You guys should check out our podcast.
You know, I could see that.
I'll
If
do
you
a
find
double
out-
makers and Coke.
Shane outside your local 7-Eleven with a Truly.
I could probably
surprise.
Everybody, happy comic book day to you and yours.
I'll do a double makers Coke. Hold the Coke, and hold the ice. Just give me a lot of makers.
You know what? Just pour it straight in my mouth.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. But it should be a good time.
Man, kind of was a little zesty.
I've got one more trailer
It was a
for you
little
guys.
zesty. Oh, do you? This is the
I got
surprise.
One more
Okay.
trailer. Like it's kind of surprise. We were talking about
Frank
doing
made this.
this
He filmed it.
a little while back.
This is the movie you shot.
This is the movie.
No.
This is the movie I
It
filmed.
isn't, he filmed.
The movie is called The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare. It is a Henry Cavill joint
There we go.
with Guy Ritchie coming out in the next couple months. I think it comes out in May.
That's pretty good. Okay.
No, we didn't see
We
this one.
watched The Boy Kills the World
Boy Kills World
and Argyle months
and
ago.
Argyle.
Seen it.
Yeah.
Watch this one.
Yeah, no, let's do this. This
Let's
is
check it out.
I guess we'll do it.
No.
So far, so good for Sonny.
You may have
Gus
watched
March
it.
Phillips, I have a mission I want you to lead. Thank you, Sergeant.
What's the plan?
To neutralize the German U-boats in the North Atlantic.
What's the plan?
Bro, we didn't watch this on the show?
No.
Hitler is not playing by the rules, so neither are we.
We
both know that I'm not very popular with the administration.
The reason they find you unattractive is the very reason I find you attractive.
Oh, Guy Ritchie.
If I'm to
Okay.
do this, I'll need my own team.
That's my boy.
Oh, was that
Reacher.
Alan Rickman?
They're all
Keith David? Jammies?
They'll need to be.
Cherry Bruckheimer.
This is an unsanctioned, unauthorized mission.
Smoke show.
If we fail, England will be condemned to a lifetime under the German boot.
That was great.
That is not a dog. That is
That was nice.
Seems unhinged in this.
It's very good.
He's crazy.
I've got something to say when this finishes. Oh, what a cast. Holy moly. Terry Crews.
you and your operation are reckless.
Abort this mission now.
Big old buff.
He made Henry Cavill look little.
Damn.
All over it.
I'm
I'm all-
a fan of Easy.
Comes out in April.
Why?
I'm all over
I
that one.
think what happened here is Sonny watched this one night before he went to bed, and then he had a dream that we all watched it.
Did we watch it? We had to eat or something? Did we watch it on your phone? or something. I don't know if we watched it.
Maybe
here.
we're at like
I've never
tacos and
seen
beer,
that trailer.
tacos and beer or something. I am having the weirdest deja vu right now, where
Really?
you saying Cavill seems unhinged, and I like the character, and then like we were talking about the cast, and I was like, that's Reacher. I was like, he's
Isn't
freaking
that like
huge.
that's like Madam Web's power? She can like see.
Maybe I
everything.
saw
Sonny has
it.
Madam Web power.
Here's
I
what I
might
really
come
think
through
is
in a
happening.
wheelchair with
I think
blindfold.
you're remembering.
I've never seen better in my life.
I think you're remembering
what?
when we watched the Argyle trailer, and John Cena is a massive person. He's kind of similar to Alan Rickson. Henry Cavill's in
I'm
that.
not
They're
crazy.
both absolute units.
Well, there's
Sonny.
yeah. I was gonna say.
I implore you to go back and find the episode where we watched this.
I think
And
this
if you
is just
do, I'll give you $20.
Isn't it the one with Dua Lipa? Dua Lipa.
Dua
She's-
Lipa?
that.
Yeah. Whatever her name
Dua
is.
Lipa. No,
Yeah.
that movie was terrible. I saw
The
that
Italian
movie.
gym teacher, Dua Lipa.
I don't know how
The worst dad joke ever.
I don't know how, but that got funnier the longer no one said it.
It was a soft landing.
You said Dua Lipa.
We all just kind of looked around like, did he really just say that?
Yeah. It was,
Donovan is in the chat. Hi, Don. He says he's referring to Argyle trailer. He said he was unhinged in that.
I'm telling you, that is what
Dude,
you're
I
thinking.
don't. Oh, man, I
This
feel
looks much better than that
this
movie,
looks
by the way.
incredibly,
Yeah,
and
that
I
looks
can
really cool.
I can prove.
Sonny doesn't want to watch Argyle.
I saw it.
Oh,
It was on. I'm
Without
not gonna
us.
lie, bro. I'm not gonna lie. It was not
lie.
as it's not as bad as Madam Web, but it was like really bad.
Well,
Madam Web is like zero.
That's the
Like-
standard. That's the
not
standard.
a stirring
now.
endorsement. Yeah.
That's
I was
the
gonna say,
standard
that's
now.
like the bottom of my shoe, man.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is Argyle on anything right now for streaming?
it's
so I can
no,
at
it's
least,
at the theater,
so I can at least
still.
watch.
isn't it?
No,
Theater
you
stuff
gotta
for
watch
another
Madam
week.
Web still.
If I
I'm
go
sorry.
to the theaters
You're
watching it right
watching
now, it's going to
Madam
be
Web.
Dune again.
Same.
Yeah.
Doing it again. Doing it.
Yeah.
How you doing?
How you
How you
doing?
doing?
Doing too. How you doing?
What?
When? Right now?
Not you.
Oh yeah, that's why I don't want to watch it.
Oh, what, the Bob Marley movie?
Oh, so what do you?
People said it's not. That good. I've heard it's not
Nah.
that good.
Why do you think he saw it? Because he's black?
He's a scroll. man.
Yeah.
Because there are certain
He's a
parts.
scroll.
There's certain
What?
parts of his life that they kind of leave out.
Oh, you saw it?
Oh.
No,
Well,
I
that's
know guys.
romanticized.
I know a guy's a huge Marley fan who said it was kind of mid because.
Well, they couldn't really
The
make a
most-
32-year movie.
Well, I didn't.
Had to be 2 hours.
What they over romanticized
I
him?
don't
Yeah,
think
kind
that's
of.
what he meant.
Yeah, that's
One
kind
love,
of, that's
isn't
kind of
it?
a way. Yeah,
It's Tuesday, isn't it? One love, isn't it?
It's
He's British.
Isn't
Why?
it?
Who? Bob Marley?
Tuesday.
The
isn't
guy
it?
who's playing him.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
So it's like,
yeah.
what if he was like a little like British and Jamaican? You know what I mean?
No woman, no
What if
Marcus,
he broke the character a
Yes.
little bit? And he was
Marcus,
like,
what do
"It's
you got for the
Tuesday."
people?
I'd go see it if he did that.
Hey.
Yeah, what do you have for that?
Hey.
Hey,
Well, echoing what you said, Frank, that was really that's actually I was wondering about the Free Comic Book Day, May 4th. Yeah, circle those calendars. It's a lot of fun, all ages. Bring your kids, get them
Circle my
interested, get them excited about reading. That's the time to do it, especially and even if you had some sort of trepidation about getting out there and not knowing where to go, it's always a good time to just go ahead and during that day and just visit them all and make a whole evening event out of it.
make
So,
an evening event out of it.
Yeah, make a evening, a day really.
Make a
a
event in
whole
the
day.
evening that day about
Yeah,
it.
because
Gotta drop your drink tonight.
By the time you get home, it'll be evening because of all this traffic and construction everywhere. That's gotten
Market
Fair.
Evening day
But
out of
anyway,
that event that
but
day.
anyway, and then shout out to Chip Zdarsky and Mark Buckingham. If you guys are listening, thank you for signing my
sure.
books. I appreciate that.
They're
Thank
subscribers.
you, thank you for Frank for facilitating that for me. I appreciate that. Love you with the bottom of my heart, and thank you.
Oh
That
wow,
is
that
all.
was gorgeous.
Very nice.
I wanted to say
It jumps in there.
Paul kind of looks like Wolverine.
That's what you wanted to say.
Yeah, your hair is like voluminous, volumacious,
Voluptuous.
volumacious,
Tangential.
tangentially. It's look at that, dude. That's all.
Wow.
That sounded like a very Venice Beach word. Volumacious.
Shout outs to
Venice,
Venice. You know,
Pump and iron.
Yeah.
Shane, what are you doing over there?
I just
Muscle
wanted to
Beach.
say, coming up is the Oscars on March
10th.
March 10th. The Oscars will be on ABC, hosted by Jimmy Kimmel. I'm in the action, or what do you
Spit
call
it
that?
out, man.
I'm drunk. I'm in the pursuit. What do you call that?
What are you talking about, bro?
I don't know.
Are you excited
What
for the
are you
Oscars?
talking about?
Yeah, I've been watching all the Oscar
Oh, me
nominated
too.
movies.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
All through this.
I'm on the
You're
Fast and Furious
Undertaking.
for
You're
the-
watching all
I'm
the
undertaking
Oscar
all the.
nominees.
There we go.
So,
Thank you.
as am I.
That's why I'm asking. Can somebody help me?
You
I'm
did a
asking.
terrible job of asking that. Have you seen The Holdovers? That movie's fantastic.
I'm gonna watch that.
That's a
I'm
phenomenal
gonna watch that
movie.
tomorrow.
You're gonna watch it
But
on
I've
the
seen-
on
I've
the
seen
Peacock.
Anatomy of a Fall. I've watched Flowers of the Killer Moon.
Me too.
Killers
Killers of the Flower Moon.
I watched that
Bumble
one
Clock.
recently, but it takes 2 nights to watch that. It's just too long.
Oh, Poor Things comes out on Hulu today.
Oh, does it really? Okay,
Yeah.
great.
They
So
just-
I'm gonna finish.
I'm gonna
up
go watch that
watching-
tonight.
They
Yep.
just announced that they're doing a Freaky Friday Part 2 with Lindsay Lohan. And,
Oh
And Little Dicky.
yeah.
What?
yeah. Jamie Lee Curtis. Yeah.
Jamie Lee.
Freaky Friday.
Talking about Oscar movies and
Yeah.
he brings up Freaky Friday. Oh man.
How could they find us on the social worlds volumaciously?
You can find us on the social worlds volumaciously at Into the West Comics on any audio podcast of choice, at Into the West
Killing it
Comics
right
on
now,
YouTube, at Into the West Comics on Instagram,
That's
at
so
Into_Comics on Twitter, at Sunny has cool feet pics, Feet Finder. Actually, he's
You
moved
gotta-
to
you gotta
he's
keep
moved
it-
to OnlyFans because Feet Finder's not doing so well right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah,
So
so
if you
he's-
want to find him, it's
Subscribe to my
Makes
OnlyFans,
sense.
man.
it's Darth Tat / feet on /
Darth Tattoo / feet.
/ feet on
How do you think I'm getting all of these shirts, you guys?
That's how he's buying the shirts. Yeah.
Hey, real quick. Do you guys think somebody's going to actually get shot this time at the Oscars? Well, I mean, we already got a slap. Do you think it's going to go?
Because somebody-
Damn!
Because
So
somebody-
anyway,
Are we gonna escalate?
And that's our
Kimmel.
episode.
and then we're gonna watch as
we're gonna get
LAPD
Marcus
does
some
nothing,
tacos.
Here's what's gonna happen.
and the LAPD does nothing. They're just gonna
Paul
let it happen.
Giamatti's gonna win Best Actor, and Cillian Murphy's gonna stand up and shoot him.
There we go. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Volumaciously.
Yes. Live action.
Tangentially.
Thank
It's taco
you.
time in America.
Trepidatiously.
Happy anniversary, Eva.
Oh,
Happy
My
anniversary,
wife-
Eva. We
Did y'all
love
just have your
you.
anniversary?
23 years of pure joy.
All right.
I'm
Love
so-
you, Eva.
So happy.
Can't wait to come to the house and bug you. Have a good night. We love you.
Good night. Love you.
Good night, everyone.
WrestleMania weekend.
Get your finger out of my frame. There.
Please do it again.
Get your finger out of my frame. Squeeze his head.
Whoa,
Frank.
yeah. What did he say?
Squeeze his
Oz?
head.
I didn't. You know what I mean?
Pop his head with the finger. You go.
Me and my fat hands.
Oh, he's gone. Destroyed him. Oh, there he
Good night, everybody. We love you. Thanks for
you.
putting up
Hey,
with
Yes,
us.
thanks for dealing
We'll
with
see
us.
you next week, I think.
Love you too, Donovan.
You too, Quan.
Boom, boom.